What I'm going to suggest in this video might seem surprising to you, it might seem heretical, it might seem that I've been misled, but I want you to consider very carefully what I have to say. I do not believe there is a devil.
Why should I question my belief in Satan?
Because I believe that the idea of Satan as the Lord of all evil is one of the biggest problems in our world, one of the things that stops us solving those very problems.
That sounds counterintuitive. How could the concept of Satan be a problem in itself?
Look at how easily we create enemies. Almost everybody I know has their pet theory about why the world is the way it is and who's to blame for it. And even when we consider problems that I am clearly responsible for myself, the natural human tendency is to pretend that I didn't do it, pretend it isn't really a problem, or to find someone or something else to blame. But then notice the effect of that. It allows me to sidestep my own responsibility for the problem. It allows me to feel superior without the pressure of actually becoming a better person. And it allows me to rage against the machine without the need to lift a finger to fix the problem.
So, having an enemy to blame for my own problems lets me off the hook, as it were. Is that it? Is that the only problem with the idea of Satan?
What if the devil, or the machine, is in actual fact a belief in the devil or the machine? I remember being at high school and one of my teachers talking about World War II, making the simple comment that nothing unites like a common enemy. But what occurs to me is that the idea of an enemy is every bit as powerful in that regard as a real enemy is, and it has one advantage. The inventor of that enemy controls both the enemy and the enemy's opponents, that is, the inventor's own supposed allies. So if someone is telling you who or what to consider an enemy, understand that it is you, the person speaking, is seeking to control.
So if we stop believing in Satan, will the world's problems be resolved?
Don't get me wrong, there is evil in the world. There are bad things that need to be changed. It's just that I don't believe that there is a single evil mastermind behind it all. And the reality is that some of the evils in the world are things that I have a vested interest in. And these are not going to change until I recognize my support of them and my responsibility for them.
How can I determine what's true when there are competing beliefs?
When you invest in property or shares, one of the phrases you will hear is due diligence. In other words, before you put hundreds of thousands of dollars down on an investment, make sure that investment is worth every cent. I think we can use the same analogy when it comes to the opinions and beliefs that we hold that determine the way that we act and think. We need to make sure that those thoughts, those people that we listen to, are actually worth the investment.
What steps should I take to evaluate the information shaping my beliefs?
Whoever you talk to, take their words seriously, but don't take them as read. Listen to all sides, weigh the evidence, verify everything they say before you accept it as real or true, and take your time. Look for generalizations. One of the best questions you can ask is, who are they? Notice that where there is one lie or misconception, there are likely to be others.
How can I identify the voices I can trust?
Find those people who can listen to all sides and weigh the evidence. Find those people who can admit their own mistakes and change their minds. Find the people who can support their conclusions dispassionately and don't mind being questioned. And above all, be prepared to think for yourself. Be prepared to be wrong. And be prepared to bear some responsibility and then make changes in your own behaviour.